Today, I'm going to show you the way to get a flatter stomach in your 40s, and it starts with training your core the right way. You see, most ab exercises don't actually reach the muscles that shape our waist, which is why your hips or your lower back take over, leaving your abs weak and results completely stalled. It's not about hard, extreme workouts. In our 40s, that's actually usually what stops results. After helping more than 80,000 women reshape their bodies, I can tell you this: when your abs work the way they're supposed to, everything else feels easier. And I'll show you exactly how to do that today. I'll walk you through 4 exercises and why they work better than traditional ab exercises. So let's fire up your core and get those muscles working the way they should. The dead bug is one of the best deep core exercises. It targets the transverse abdominis. This is the muscle that wraps around your waist like a corset and actually flattens your stomach from the inside out. Most traditional ab exercises only hit the rectus, otherwise known as the six-pack muscle, that outer layer. But this move, it targets all the ab layers, especially that deep core layer that flattens your stomach from underneath. The key to a dead bug is to activate those deep transverse abs. So take your fingertips and place them on the inside of your hip bones. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, feel that tightening underneath your hip bones. Now bring one knee up and then the other and go Pilates tabletop, so your knees are stacked directly over your hips. Bring the arms up and think about keeping the rib cage closed. What I mean by that is not arching your back, but keeping the rib cage closed. Extend one leg and extend opposite arm. And this one is so much harder than it looks. Again, keep that rib cage closed. To advance the dead bug, you can take a Pilates ball and simply place the ball in between your knees and your hands and actively press the ball. Actively press the ball as you go into that alternating here. And one final way to advance your dead bug is to use a dumbbell. Now this is more advanced, so you wouldn't add the dumbbell until you've mastered the other moves. All right, so the dumbbell's gonna go up over your shoulder girdle. Take an inhale, exhale, again, knees stacked over your hips. And we're gonna extend and keep the dumbbell in your periphery. The dumbbell's not gonna go back and touch the ground, but it's gonna stay in your periphery. And if you want, you can lift the chest slightly. Again, keeping that dumbbell in your periphery here. These variations are part of our weekly schedule, so you don't have to think about progressing them. It's already built in, and I've included a link to that weekly schedule below. Exercise number 2, side plank lifts. If you want to target your waistline, side plank lifts are essential. They target the obliques without letting the stronger outer muscles take over, which is exactly what happens when our body has a weak spot. The stronger muscles will take over because your body's really stinking smart, and that will just leave that weaker muscle weak. To activate your waistline, you want to have a straight line from the top of your head down to your knees. And from here, press up, creating space between your waistline and the ground. A common mistake is to bend at the knees, and then your hip flexors and your glutes are taking over. So again, nice straight line, and lift and lower, lift and lower. And our third exercise is reverse curls. They're one of the most effective ways to target the lower abs, but only when you do them slowly and you can control the pelvis. So I'm going to give you a couple different variations. Getting into a reverse curl, I like to take my hands and place them underneath my hips. That gives me a slight pelvic tilt. Again, inhale and exhale to activate those deep transverse abs. Bring the knees up, and then you're going to curl in and slowly come down like your spine is painting the lines on the street. And you bring your knees into that Pilates tabletop after you curl, Pilates tabletop. To advance this, you would drop your heels. The key is to not let your lower back come up off the ground if you are dropping your heels. To advance this even more, you can take a Pilates ball and you're gonna place it underneath your hips. So however graceful you can get there, you're gonna place the ball underneath your hips. Again, give me that tightening underneath those fingertips, breathing normally, and you're gonna march here. Again, this is all about the abs. You shouldn't be feeling this in the hips. And one final way to advance this exercise is to bring both knees up and then drop your march from here. This one takes a lot of core stability to do, but man, it fires up those deep abs and those low abs. And our final exercise, exercise number 4, the bird dog. These build core stability, and stability is the foundation of a healthier core. Your abs and your back learn to work together again to create that stability. From all fours, you're going to take an inhale, and as you exhale, draw the navel up without tilting the pelvis. Try it again. Take an inhale, and exhale, draw the navel up. From here, extend one leg, extend opposite arm. And then you're gonna alternate. This one's a little bit trickier than it looks. Now, if you want to advance this even more, you're gonna place your elbows down on the ground, and you can scooch your knees back, scooch them back just a little bit. Now, if that creates an arch in your back, you go back to the first layer. Again, opposite arm, opposite leg. These 4 moves strengthen the right muscles, and when you progress them weekly, they make a huge difference. But I'd be lying if I said 4 exercises alone flatten your stomach, especially in our 40s and our 50s. You see, hormones, stress, food intolerances, and the type of cardio you do all play a role. And in my next video, I break down exactly why belly fat changes in your 40s and what you can do about it. I'll see you there.